Hope you're having an amazing day. It's another great day to be alive, and you're watching another episode of The Good Parts. This is episode 172 of my daily social media show where I go live once a day, Monday through Friday, to share one good part from my life and or business in an effort to help as many people as I can create freedom, prosperity, happiness, joy, abundance, goodness, all the good things that life has to offer. That's my intention. And in today's video, I want to share, as I wrote in the title, the top 3 ways to have more peace of mind on social media. All of us are probably using social media. All of us have probably noticed the negative effects that social media can have on our lives. And I'm right there in the boat with everybody. I'm not a super duper expert, still kind of navigating this new terrain as we all are. However, that being said, I have uncovered at least 3 things that have really helped me maintain my happiness and peace of mind and steer social media in more of a direction that serves me, serves my business, but also serves my peace of mind. Bill Rizlov, hey, good morning, good to see you. And Bill, thanks for tuning in on the digital gym the other day. Word got back to me that you popped in. And I'm sorry I wasn't there. I was working on some other things that morning and I got there late, but really cool that you made an appearance. So thank you for that. And also thanks for saying hello. If you guys are watching live and or on the replay, do me a favor if you would and say hello below. Let me know how you're doing. And also, what are your best tips for steering social media in a way that serves your mind and lifts you up rather than drags you down? I'd love to hear your thoughts. So let me get into this. The first thing that I want to do, though, is I want to share with you guys something kind of cool that I wrote about in the description. This morning, I woke up and I had made a comment on an X post last night. And I noticed that it had 6 likes. And on my social media, on my phone app, it showed me that one of the likes was May Musk, Elon Musk's mom. And the first thing I thought was, no, that's probably a scam account. Because if you guys have noticed, there are scam accounts. I think Elon Musk has followed me like 6 different times, which is not the real Elon Musk. It's a scam account. But anyway, it caught my attention and I did what I always do. And that is I went to verify. So here are the people that liked this post, and this is May Musk. And if I click on this here, you see that it's a verified account with her website, followed by Monroe Live and other people that I trust online. So Walter Isaacson, Elon Musk follows this account. So this is actually Elon Musk's mom who liked a comment that I left on a X thread. Now, how powerful is that? I mean, that blows my mind, I'm not one that's out there hero worshiping, like, oh my gosh, Elon Musk, not like that, but I'm like, wow, how cool is that? That in one little screen, I can be connected to the mother of the most, or one of the most influential people on the planet. How cool is that? That's the power of social media, right? Hey, Nick. Hey, Ron. Good to see you guys. Hey, Christy. Thanks for saying hello. Appreciate that so much. You're awesome and amazing. I appreciate those kind words. So social media is super powerful. And as I've already mentioned, it can be super powerful in the opposite direction. So I'm going to jump right into sharing my top 3 tips. And the first one is, and I don't see any comments, guys, what are your best practices for keeping social media in a positive tone, in a way that serves you productively in your life? I would love to hear if you've got any ideas. Here are mine. Number 1, block liberally and unapologetically. Block liberally and unapologetically. All social media platforms have this little thing called the block, where you can literally block a person from seeing your posts. You can block yourself from seeing their posts. You can stop them from engaging on your feed. And, this was a kind of a hard one for me to wrap my mind around in the beginning, because I like to think that, everyone's great and I want to help everyone and to block someone, that's kind of like hurtful. I don't know if I want to do that. But one thing that I've learned is that Christy says, yes, I block on the daily. So what are your requirements? Like what are the criteria by which you choose to block someone, Christy? I'm curious. And I'll share with you mine. But before I share with you mine, I want to mention something that I believe is a fact. Okay. the internet connects us with the entire world. And if you study a little bit of psychology, one thing that seems to be true is that there is a certain percentage of the population who is literally psychopathic or sociopathic. Literally people who want to do harm to others. So realizing that social media can connect you to those people, are there really people like that you want to keep in your life? Christy says people's motives, inappropriate behavior, unethical practices. Okay, so I love this. Now, I'm not saying that everyone you block is sociopathic or psychopathic. I'm just making the point that there are those people out there. So if you've been someone that's like, I don't want to block people, be aware. Like, it literally could be a safety measure for you and your family to embrace the block. Now, back to criteria. So I love what Christy mentioned, people's motives. Okay, so for me, the number one thing that I look for as to whether I'm going to block someone or not is their spirit and their intention. So if someone disagrees with me, that's not in and of itself a criteria for blocking. Why? Because if I blocked everyone who disagreed with me, I would never give myself the chance to grow and maybe look at things from another viewpoint and maybe even change my mind every once in a while. I think it's healthy to have opposing views and different ways of looking at the world. That being said, if someone disagrees with me, but the spirit behind the disagreement is egotistic, is hurtful, is spiteful, is angry, is negative, block. I don't want those emotions in my life. You can disagree with each other and do it in a polite manner and do it in a thoughtful manner, and I encourage that. So for me, it's the spirit and the intention. If there's massive negativity coming from someone, and I can sense that, I'll block them because I don't want that in my life. I have to stay positive because my family's depending upon me. I have people in business who are depending upon me. So it's not just for me. In blocking someone who has a very negative influence on me, it protects me, but it also protects all of the people that I'm striving to serve in an uplifting way. And it does the same for you. So Christy says, totally agree. Awesome. Knuckle bump. Nick says, if they use extremely foul language, pornography, or folks that are just miserable and try to spread like a disease, all great criteria, I think. So thanks for posting those. So that's number one for me. Number two, way to use social media is don't be a fool. And I'm going to explain this. And I'm going to say that I was a fool last week. So there's a great quote that I picked up from my grandfather, who's no longer on this earth, but I remember this quote that he had. And here is the quote. If you find yourself arguing with a fool, be sure the other fellow is not similarly engaged. So being a fool on social media, in my opinion, is running around arguing with people. There will be people who come on your posts from time to time who just start to try to argue with you. And, you know, if you engage that too much, you can go down a rabbit hole of pointlessness. This happened to me last week. I made a post about something that I liked about my car, and some guy jumps in my thread and he starts telling me what a bad thing that I'm doing by promoting this type of car, and that I'm on the wrong side of the political spectrum, and that all these things and I'm just like, whoa, dude, I was not trying to get anyone to buy this car. I was just posting something that I like. And I kind of engaged with them, thinking that, well, maybe if I shared, something, an opposing fact or statistic, maybe he might have a change of mind. Silly me, because there are some people who are not interested in changing their minds. There are some people who just want to prove to everyone, including you, that you are wrong and they are right. That's it. Period. And so if you engage with those types of people, which I think that type of a person is a fool, well, now you're a fool because you've engaged with that, and it's going to bring negativity to your day and your mind. So that's tip number 2. Don't be a fool. Don't argue with people on social media. It's very counterproductive, and hardly ever, I don't know if anyone ever changes their mind from one of these back and forth arguments on social media. So that's step number 2. Danny says, block many people on my live stream. Agree. Awesome. Good for you, Danny. It's necessary. It really is. So block liberally and unapologetically. Don't be a fool. And then the third one is surround yourself with people who lift you up. Because just as negative people can have a negative influence on you, positive people can have the exact opposite influence on you. And I want to share with you just two quick examples from my recent life of people who have lifted me up on social media. And here, I'll just share this first one here. This one I just got this morning, and I'm going to keep the name. Oh, hold on here. That was the wrong screen share. I've got all my screens over here. Okay, so here's the first one. I just got this morning, and I'm keeping the name off because I don't have permission to share, but someone sent me this morning. Hey, Paul, as I posted the video this morning, and this was a member of our community who was posting a video recap of the event that we just did, I just started to think, and I just wanted to say thanks to you and Mike. Mike is my business partner, because I was never able to have these experiences or do fun things with the family I was born into. So when we do events and activities, many of these things are first-time experiences. Thanks for being the family I've never had. Holy cow. You know, like that affected me in such a deep way. That helped me to know that what we're doing is way bigger than, you know, just helping people earn income online, which we're striving to do in the best way that we can as well. But when someone takes the time to thank you, I mean, this person didn't have to send this to me, but they did. And I think that's a character trait of people that you want to surround yourself with, is people who notice the positive influence you're having on their life. Notice, number one, but then number two, actually take the time to tell you and express gratitude. It makes you feel valuable. It makes you feel like what you're doing actually matters and is making a difference. So thank you so much to that great human who sent me that message. And then I want to give you guys one other quick example. This is a random message that I got yesterday. And I'm sharing these because I think these are the exact types of people that we want to surround ourselves with. So let me share this last one, and then I'll close it out for the day. So this is from my friend Francisco, and I'm hoping the audio will play through. Can you guys hear that audio? I don't know if you guys can hear that audio. Let me jump back. Comment below. Could you hear that audio coming through? I may have to fix the audio so it's picking up the audio from my system. If you guys would, did that audio come through? Could you hear Francisco? Comment below. I'm watching the comments. No. Okay, well, darn it. So basically, Francisco just sent me an audio message just randomly, and he said, "Can you smell what Mr. Paul Hutchings is cooking? It smells like freedom." And then he said, "I just wanted to send you this message to hopefully lift up your day." And that's it. He wasn't asking me for anything. He wasn't asking for help. He wasn't inviting me to look at anything. He literally just took time out of his day because he was thinking about me and he wanted to send me an uplifting message. I mean, social media is so much better when you have people like that. So those are my tips. Block liberally and unapologetically. Don't be a fool by arguing with people on social media. And then 3, surround yourself with those who lift you up in your circle on social media. And those 3 things have really helped me. I mean, not perfect, still have room for improvement, but I would encourage you guys to employ those tactics if you're not already doing so. So that's my message today, guys. If you got value from this, thanks so much to everyone who's commenting. I appreciate you guys. If you got value from this message and you're finding me for the first time on social media, my mission is freedom through principle-centered leadership. So I really want to help people disconnect their time from their money. I went from living in a single-wide mobile home, working a job that I didn't enjoy, being frustrated, not having the money that I wanted to have for my family, to being able to create a life where now I'm out of debt, I don't have the job anymore, I have the income that I want and need, my time is disconnected from my money, and I'm just really thankful for where I'm at right now. And so I want to do the best that I can to help others get there. That's my main vision and mission. And so if you want content that may be able to help with that, if that's a vision that you resonate with, I'd love to encourage you to subscribe to me on social media if you're not already subscribed. And also, if you want to take a look at the business model that we created from scratch to help us move this vision forward and to help people learn what they need to learn and grow an income faster, a residual income faster in a way that is honorable, in a way that they feel good about, I would love to encourage you to visit myfreedomfamily.com. You'll be seeing the business model, number one, but also you'll be subscribing to my email list, number two, to be sure that you don't miss out on any future content. And on that note, I did also just quickly want to celebrate a little success with you guys and give you one last little tip for success that has helped me a lot. This is an individual who went to myfreedomfamily.com and got started yesterday in our business. So Joseph, if you're watching this video, welcome to the community. I'm so happy and thankful that you're here. So Joseph joined yesterday, and one of the things that I do when people join is I always want to know, if I can, where did they come from? Where did they come from? So I did a little search in my email inbox, and I noticed that Joseph originally subscribed to my email list. He actually went to onlinerecruitingsecrets.com and picked up my marketing and lead generation bootcamp back in February of 2021. So he's been on my email list for 2.5 years. And then yesterday, he got started with me in business. So I wanted to share that. Because it's a great illustration that if you decide to be persistent, like I am, and show up every day and do the work every day, that over time, that persistence can work in your favor. There's a guy I follow on X. His name is Naval Ravikant. And one of the things that I saw him post one time that seemed so wise to me, yesterday in one of our private coaching masterminds, someone said, hey, what's the number one book you would recommend for copywriting? And I did have a book recommendation, but the bigger point that I tried to make in that coaching mastermind is that it's not the one magical book that you read that helps you to become a great copywriter. It's the sum of the many books that you read that helps you to become a better writer. And so with this example that I just shared with you of this person who joined, it wasn't the one video I did 3 years ago that got this person to join. It was the sum of the videos that I did 3 years ago and of every email that I've sent every day over the last 2.5 years. It was the sum of all of those actions adding up to produce a sale. And so the quote from Naval that I think is so right and so real and so true is that all of life's best returns come in the form of compound interest. So it's not the one book that you read today. It's the books that you read daily over time that create the magic. It's not the one conversation that you have today. It's the sum and substance and the compounding effect of the many conversations that you have over time that makes the difference. It's not the one magical sales script that you pick up, that you employ today. It's the sum and substance. For me, I've invested so much time. You know, I used to spend an hour a day talking to prospects. People would come to my website, I would call them, and I would have conversations with them. So it was the sum and substance of all those years and all those conversations and all of those things I heard and all of the questions that I asked that added up to where now I'm very confident if I decide to pick up the phone and call someone. I know exactly how to do it. I know exactly what to say. I don't need a script. I don't need someone telling me what to do. I'm just in it. But that didn't happen. It didn't happen in one day. It was compound interest over time. So I share that just to give you one last call to action, and that is, what can you do to put compound interest to your favor in your business? That is, choose to engage in your business every day. Read daily, listen to podcasts daily, create content daily, write daily, read daily, speak daily. And over time, I believe that will create an incredible amount of success. At least it has done that for me. So that's my message. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Get out there, take action, go for your dreams. Hope you have an amazing day. Love all of you. And bye for now.